Welcome back to the Radio Hyperactivity channel, and a very quick video today, I think. Please excuse the mess on my workbench. I'm in the middle of a sort of a project. I'll talk a little bit about that. That was the reason I came up with today's topic, which is breadboards. As you can see here, I have some components connected to this breadboard. Let's zoom in and see if I can manage to show you from this distance. This is a relatively small breadboard. It's got a USB to serial converter on it. It's got a diode and a resistor, and also two wires going out from it and connecting to this. See if we can get this in frame and in focus. Yes, to two of the leads on this 6-lead mini DIN connector, which is going into the back of the topic of this week's video, which is the FT7900 dual band FM transceiver that I picked up this weekend in a Hamfest. And of course you can program that thing from the front, but that's just bloody annoying, so I'm making a programming cable for it. And for just prototyping things like that, these breadboards, they are very, very nice addition to any workshop. If you're going to do any sort of electronics, then it's very nice to have some of these things. If you want to see more about this cable, you can subscribe for the next upcoming video, where I actually go through how you connect up and set up this cable. But for today, we're going to talk about these nice little breadboards. They come in a variety of sizes and shapes. The smallest ones I've found are these. They come in multiple colors. You can clip them together. I've done that. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. You can clip them together like this. Also the small ones are possible to clip together. I've found that the big ones are normally of a higher quality than these small ones. So basically I only use this for connecting maybe a single IC or a single module, like the USB serial module, and connect cables to that. Anything with really tiny legs, like the resistor or the diode, I would use one of these breadboards. They also come in bigger formats, like this one. This I think is 60 or 62 pin connectors, and this is about half, 30. These can also be clipped together. You can remove these power rails. Let me go quickly through how things are set up on this, if you haven't seen them before. Basically, I'll zoom back in so I can show you this a little bit closer. All the connection points in rows like these are connected together. So anything you stick into there, a component or a lead or anything, will be connected together. It's not connected across the middle. So once again, these are connected, these rows of 5. And you have power rails on the side. So the entire negative power rail is connected like this, and the entire positive power rail is connected like this. And you have a separate power rail on the other side. You can connect them together if you want, but if you have a project that requires, let's say, 3.3 volts and 5 volts, you can have the one power rail on the one side and the other power rail on the other side. There are really big quality differences when it comes to these breadboards. I'll leave some links below to some sellers that have sold me breadboards that are good. That's not a guarantee that they're still going to continue doing that, but just be aware. Maybe buy one first. If you're going to buy many, buy one first and check the quality of what you get. Basically, the really lousy ones, they will not make a connection when you stick, let's say, a resistor or a diode with a really tiny leg. They will not make a connection, or they will make a bad connection and an intermittent connection, and that's just very annoying when you try to debug a circuit. I don't think there's much more to say about this, other than if you're going to do hobby electronics on a workbench, then yeah, consider getting one or several of these very nice breadboards. It's a very nice addition to any electronics workbench, I think. If you want to see more of the programming cable for the FT7900, you can subscribe. That's coming up in an upcoming video. If you like this one, please give me a thumbs up. If you have any comments concerning breadboards, then please consider leaving a comment below, so that both I and other viewers of the video can learn from it. Other than that, I'll just say until next time, thank you so much for watching.